Woo! That means you can move things with your mind. Diabetes?
Diabetes.
Okay, no diabetes. You begin by talking to, whoa, naked blue-haired chick. Proof of this shocking revelation, I present Exhibit A, a copy of the original Klingon to English dictionary that was once owned by Worf himself, Michael Dorn. And I'm not afraid to use it. Chopa? Romulus'ngan Chop! Katla! I won't win a Pulitzer Prize for narrative fiction, but come on people, it's not supposed to make any sense. They could have named the game Friggin' Aliens with music and shit. Now before you try and make logical sense on how these quasi-retarded aliens have the ability to quantify funk into units, you should huff your favorite flavor of magic marker and then just accept the funk quotients offered by the game. Okay, motherfunker? The Secret of Mana had an illegitimate cousin. Yes, dear viewers, this Bast RPG has a name, and it's called Secret of Evermore. The Japanese have a history of thinking that we aren't able to figure out their incredibly complicated video games. They must figure that we're too busy admiring our huge American wangs or something like that. Square USA was able to add enough to make Evermore a worthwhile addition to the Square family. Even if it is the crazy uncle who shows up at the family reunions drunk and hits on the hot cousin and tries to show off his lawn dart skills, but only winds up with a trip to the emergency room. That did happen in everyone else's family, right? The only game Square ever published that was never released in Japan. Not that you can tell from some of the scenes. Should we be seeing this? But that is, if you want a certain MacGuffin, you're going to need to trade something like 5 locks of Will Wheaton's hair, 2 concrete dildos, and 3 jars of bull semen for it. And some life was waning, and everyone was awaiting the dominance of the Nintendo Ultra 64. I have to say that the soundtrack is nothing to really write home about, especially considering the twin giants of video game music that came out around the same time. Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI. Got aliens.
Vampires.
Mummies.
Giant fucking Geiga babies. Oh, they're in there.
Okay, so it's mostly about classic schlocky horror icons, with some random crap thrown in.
And that, my friends, is why you should always marry an ugly woman.
Yeah, kind of like that. So,
Alright, I'll buy that, but what does the girl represent?
oh, well, she's obviously a whore.
Ah. Wait, what?
Moving on. So, the gameplay is pretty straightforward.
Wait, why do I have to play as the whore?
Oh, come on, it totally makes sense. You know that your favorite Golden Girl is Blanche.
Okay, well that does make sense.
Ooh, I got a cheerleader! And apparently shoved her in my pants. Hey, this is just like high school.
I just got a couple of middle-aged tourists in my pants. This is just like high school.
I saved Steve Irwin! You know, that victory feels just a little bit hollow knowing his eventual fate.
Too soon, game. Too soon.
Hey, check it out, a 4-character password. That's a nice reprieve from the novels that some other games make you write out. Justin Bailey, my ass. The game never states that you're always in America. Maybe some of these guys are British, and as we all know, British people live in castles, where they hide from dentists and plot the bloody overthrow of Scotland.
Stereotypes are fun!
Wow, look at that guy going all Roman Polanski on your ass. Remember, it's not rape. It's surprise sex.
Really? You're really gonna go with that joke? I hope you're proud of yourself. Party on, Roo!
Party on, Commodore!
Yeah! Too long, it's probably gonna end up on Wii's Virtual Console.
Of course, If you can't wait that long, there's always more forbidden ways to acquire it.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know, eBay or something. You'd lose the download each time you turned the Genesis off. Or when your dad would get pissed and turn off the circuit breaker because you kept ignoring his repeated summons to get ready for interpretive dance class. Yeah, I have issues. I mean, can you freaking blame me? It's Mega Man! He's never been involved in anything bad. Well, that was unfortunate. To hear it remixed here is like having a Japanese composer crop a rainbow in your ear. Take that how you will. That's okay, since the easier setting was only added when the game was ported to the West in the first place. Yet another example of Japan waving around its video game peener. So you finally have a great pose to enter each Robot Master room with. Don't judge me, you know you did it too. Not that I condone such acts, I'm just saying it for the sake of completeness.
You are a pirate!
Okay, forget I said anything. And in a good way, this is a fond memory. Not like that of your old high school girlfriend who decided to have a torrid love affair with the band director. That bitch. You're essentially God, and you've been sleeping for hundreds of years while evil has taken over the land. So you're basically the Nicolas Cage of gods. At some point, you just stop caring.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Open my eyes! Eyes! Ah! Ah!
This music is just so badass, and it fits the triumphant return to life for your character so well that I don't even care if he jumps like a...
Fagalus?
Well, it's hard to argue that one. They're like the bastard child of Zelda 2 and SimCity. I've always wondered what the love child of Miyamoto and Will Wright would look like. Magnificent! The sequel dropped the simulation aspects entirely for some reason. A decision made on the part of the game designers that was so bad it ranks up there with Charles I bursting into the House of Commons. You know, to arrest those parliament members, led to a breakdown in government, the English Civil War. Read a book about the people by clearing the way for them to expand or answering specific prayers. But you can also just be a dick to them. What? Only 6 fatted calves sacrificed this week? I wiped out the whole damn forest so you losers could build shelter to survive the lightning storms I sent, and this is the thanks that I get? Take this! I want no less than 12 calves next time, or I'll give you something to repent about. You'll move to its neighbor, Bloodpool. Fillmore. Bloodpool? Sounds like a gruesome accident on the set of a porno. That can actually kind of get to you. Eris doesn't have a monopoly on sad gaming moments, you know. If Martha's Vineyard was instead called Death Massacre Island, I don't think it would be nearly the vacation spot it is today. The man himself. Anticlimactically, he goes down like a prom date. Just have to stop here and say how much I appreciate it when developers actually take the time to give you more for beating their game than just the equivalent of a "you won" screen.
I won!
You know, there are a lot of people out there who are just irate. Gamers who are so busy nitpicking all the bad games out there that they wouldn't know a good one if it leapt up and squeezed the life out of them or threw apples at their heads. I forget my transition here, but the punchline is Aladdin.
Still good.
That's right, thinly veiled offensive stereotype. I'm going to go through both games here, but let's start with the Super Nintendo version, since that's the one I grew up with, and it's my review, so shut up and take it. Please? What? I already said I'm not an irate guy. The whimsical story of a woman falling in love with a man based simply on the level of his newfound wealth and power. How eerily realistic. There's a big thing missing that Capcom did right. How can you leave off an iconic scene like that? Well, I guess I can forgive Virgin. They are British after all, that's enough punishment. It actually gives me flashbacks to the Battletoads Turbo Tunnel, but without making me so mad that I want to shoot a kitten right in the face. I can't deny that there's a certain nostalgia factor there. If you didn't like the movie, then, well, first off, you're probably the kind of person that goes around punching babies, but secondly, you aren't going to like the game either. Perhaps you'd rather, I don't know, go around sacrificing goats or whatever it is you peep on. My fellow geeks, must we bash deserving games from our past and curse wildly just for a cheap laugh? I say nay. We must stand up against the negative trend in nostalgic game reviews. Let this be the day we declare in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. Our nostalgia will live on. These games will survive. Today, we celebrate... December 10th already. I gotta get to my Christmas shopping. Roo, Clan of the Grey Wolf, no reset button. Hello, this is Roo for the Clan of the Grey Wolf, and holy crap, Earthbound! This is perhaps... I mean, this game is so wonderful, so amazing, that I guarantee it will give you an unmitigated boner. But, no. Yeah, I'll stand by that statement. And I don't even know what it means. Oh, why are these pickles fuzzy?
My mouth so vividly. There's nothing that puzzles you. I just want to keep it in my mouth as long as possible, you know what I mean? I'm wishing to let it linger in my mouth even longer as it cascades down my throat.
No. I can't do it to the man. He deserves better than that. How many games flat out guarantee that they're a masterpiece? This game's got balls. I love balls. The game did... The Japanese love them some RPGs. But then again, they also have vending machines that dispense schoolgirls' panties. So, there's that. I bet if they made love pillows of characters from Dragon Quest, the average Japanese person's head would just explode into candy. You know what? I'd bet money that's already a product, so... I'm sorry, not literally born like the game was spreading its seed around or something. That'd be weird and just a little sick than the alternative. Once again, the West got the old one-fingered salute from Nintendo on this one. Now, I know what you're asking yourself. Could this game possibly be more entertaining than a house cat set to the MacGyver theme? Yes, but just barely. I mean, let's not go losing our heads here. And now, as penance for my screw-up, I've signed a contract in blood that states I'll sacrifice my future firstborn son to the Shigesato E-Toy shrine I have in my bathroom. My wife wasn't too keen on the idea at first, but she'll get over it. Or, if a bad guy blitzes you from behind, you'll get a red swirl, and he'll get a surprise action. And that whole sentence was kind of dirty, but... coming in the future at the hands of the alien destroyer Gygus, or Gigas, or in the original Japanese, Giyigige. The point is he's... Oh, take that, Miyamoto. Oh, wait, no. I didn't mean a great one. Please don't smite me! Damn it. I'm gonna have to sacrifice another firstborn just to counteract that. The part is, I still haven't found it. I remember spending days fighting the same damn enemies until I gained something like 25 levels, which basically superseded even needing the sword. So every time I just give... finally complete! Oh God, I need a new hobby! By Hiroshi Kanazu, Kiichi Suzuki, and Hirokazu Tanaka. Well, it's about that time again. Time to check the mailbag. We have the mailbag? Oh, really? 2 letters, huh? Alright. So, like I was saying, time to check that mailbag. Let's see. Shad of Colossus, 1899, writes, "You guys are gay." Alright, well, thank you for the comment. We'll take that under advisement. Now, by turbo, he's referring to a console known as the TurboGrafx 16. But unlike your prom date, the plucky turbo didn't go down easily. Let's take an example from the letter at the beginning of this review. No, not the gay one. It's one of the first games to receive a perfect 10 from a reviewer in EGM. You know, before they started giving those away like Viagra at a nursing home. And that's where the nuance begins. The controls in this game handle like a dream. Oh, wait, not gay. They handle like beer knives. Yeah, that's manly. Enemies come fast and furious, but it's the boss battles that are the real nutbusters. Or ballbusters. I'd rather you suffer like I did. I think misery builds character. Well, that and all you bastards that left comments on how you found the Sword of Kings in Earthbound after only 5 minutes can eat me! What do you expect? DOA beach volleyball? Actually, that strawberry does look pretty tasty. No! Everything old is new again. Like reviews of games over 2 decades old. Because that's cool. I think I'm finally starting to understand all those beatings in middle school.